Hey entrepreneurs, Sam Day here from DeyTips, and in this video I'm sharing some of the secrets to running successful paid advertisement campaigns. So if you've tried running paid ads to your business before and it hasn't worked for you, chances are you might be missing off one of these important aspects. So the first thing that I wanted to speak about is a platform. What platform should you be running your ads on? So in the formula, I speak about finding your target audience, and knowing who your target audience is extremely important. I see it so often on this YouTube channel. The more you understand your target audience, the easier it is for you to actually sell to them. And one important thing you need to know about your target audience is, where do they spend their time online? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn? Depending on who your target audience is, that will give you a good indicator of where you should be spending your marketing pounds when it comes to your digital paid ad campaigns. You might actually identify that your target audience is on more than one platform. Like most of us, our target customers spend time on different social media platforms and different places on the internet where you might be able to run advertisements. Now, I want you to focus in on one platform at a time. This is a huge mistake that a lot of beginner advertisers make. They try to be running ads on Google and Facebook and TikTok, and they are distributing their budget across different platforms. But it also means you're not getting to really know one platform well enough for you to be successful. I always recommend master one platform first, and then once you're starting to generate some really good profit from that one ad platform, then you can try and duplicate that success over on another platform where you know your target audience also spends their time online. For those of you who have read the formula, you will know the importance of content marketing as well as doing paid ads for your business. So I recommend, if you are already producing content on a particular platform, especially if you've got some success there, if you've got some followers, if you're getting some traction on that platform, then that might be a really great platform for you to also run ads on, because you can actually retarget the people who follow you on that platform, and that can create some really great warm traffic back to your products and services. And I've seen this work wonders for some of my clients. They've literally gone from 0 to 10K a month using that method. So the second thing to keep in mind when running successful paid ads is your test monthly budget. So I recommend putting aside some money every single month that you can afford to invest in your paid ads. Now, I don't want you to think about your test monthly budget as, trying to get new customers. And I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive, because obviously you're spending money on ads so you can get customers, right? But actually, initially, you're spending money on these advertisement platforms so you can buy data. You're literally paying Google or Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever you're running your ads. You're paying these platforms to give you back data so you can see where people are clicking, where people are not clicking, who is signing up for your product or your service, who is not signing up, what ages they are. You're trying to get back as much analytics as possible. And this is going to help you to make data-driven decisions going forward. So oftentimes, a newbie to marketing their business using paid ads will just put a whole bunch of money into a paid ads campaign and not take the time to look at the analytics. Whereas actually it's the analytics you are paying for, because if you don't learn from what your advertisements have taught you, then the next month you're going to make the same mistakes that you did this month. So the reason why a test monthly budget is so important is because you can spend the same amount of money every single month but see different results. So let's say, for example, you're running your paid ad campaigns using Facebook ads and your test monthly budget is £200. Month one, you might just make minus £200 because maybe you have a bunch of different ads that you're trying. Maybe you've implemented different ad creatives so you can split test them like I teach in the formula. And maybe, you're new to Facebook, so you made a few mistakes and you lost a little bit of money. But you have all of that juicy data, both, from the analytics and also from your experience as well. You've got a month now of experience of running ads on Facebook. So month two, you have the exact same budget, but you should do at least a little bit better. Maybe instead of losing £200, you lose £50, and that is great because maybe you've made some sales. Maybe they didn't break even yet, but you improved upon your ads. You looked at the data, you analyzed it, you saw what ad creatives were working and what ad creatives weren't. You got rid of some ad creatives that weren't working, and maybe you even created more based on your data, and you're able to actually produce better results, and you're more familiar with the platform, so you're not making mistakes that's costing you money. By month three, hopefully you should be in profit. Now, obviously this is just an example. You might be profitable way before month 3, but the reason why I tell people to have a test monthly budget is so that they don't panic when money starts going out of their account. So oftentimes, if you put a certain amount of money away to do paid ads, you expect a return on that investment extremely quickly. Whereas if you have a test monthly budget and you tell yourself that, you're going to invest this amount for the next 4 months, then it kind of makes you a little less anxious because you've put that money aside, and it's not necessarily trying to drive you customers straight away. It's just so you can interpret that data. So once you have interpreted that data, then you can kind of almost generate new customers at will because you understand how to do it, because you use that test monthly budget to buy all the data that you need. So the first thing you want to do is create a campaign objective. Whenever you're starting a new ad campaign, whether it's in Google or whether it's on Facebook or whatever platform, it will ask you to create a campaign objective unless you're boosting a post on social media, which I don't recommend you doing because you don't really get to analyze the data and you're limited in terms of your options. So if you really want to scale your ad campaigns and you want to run a real successful business from your ad campaigns, then stop boosting posts and go into the campaigns manager and choose a campaign objective. And the campaign objective you choose is really important. So basically, whatever ad platform you choose, it will try to help you towards your campaign objective. So if you put leads or sales as your campaign objective or conversions as your campaign objective, then these platforms will actively go out and try to put your advertisement in front of people who are most likely to either become a lead for your business or to buy your product or your service. If you choose a campaign objective like awareness or traffic, then that's not really a great campaign objective, because what these platforms will do is they will just try and show your ad to as many people as possible, regardless whether they become a lead or a sale for your business. So you want to make sure you choose a campaign objective that is centered around the conversions that you are hoping to achieve from your ad campaign. The fourth thing you want to have in place when running ads successfully for your business is conversion tracking. So you want to be able to track when someone has converted for you into a lead or sell for your business. This is important for you to know, so obviously you can analyze your data effectively to see where your leads and sales are coming from, so you can do more of what's working and less of what's not. So the learning phase essentially is when your ad platform is discovering who is becoming a lead or a customer for your business. So how this works essentially is, let's say for example, month 1, Google or Facebook or wherever you're advertising your product, they might show your product, let's say, to 100,000 people. And out of those 100,000 people, let's say 1,000 people buy your product. And because your campaign objective is sales or conversions, what will happen is the ad platform goes through a learning phase and it tries to figure out where those 1,000 people came from, and if it can show your advert next time to 100,000 people who are similar to the 1,000 people who bought and not similar to the rest of the people who saw the ad but didn't buy. So this process called the learning phase can take a little bit of time. So these ad platforms, if you've chosen a conversion campaign objective, then the ad platforms go through a learning phase where they try to figure out who is most likely to take action on your advert, who is most likely to buy and most likely to become a lead for your business, depending on what campaign objective you chose. And a lot of times, entrepreneurs who are new to running their advertisements online, they will pause or delete a campaign before it has properly gone through that learning phase. So what you might do is you might create an advert and maybe you don't see any sales or any leads for the first 2 or 3 days, and you panic and you pause the campaign or you delete the campaign and you say, online ads don't work for me, I'm just not good at it. But you didn't give the campaign enough time. I always recommend having a campaign for at least 10 days so you can actually allow the platform to go through the learning phase and generate you enough traffic, enough awareness, enough clicks, enough leads, enough sales for it to start generating more and understanding who your target customers are. So the fifth thing that you want to keep in mind when doing paid ads is your audience. Selecting the right audience is so important. So with a lot of these platforms, when you're creating your ads, you can choose a specific audience who will see your ads. So you can choose by age, you can choose by gender, you can choose by interest. And this is going to be really important for you. But one of the most powerful audiences that you can choose is a custom audience. If you have an email list, I speak so heavily on this YouTube channel about email marketing and different ways you can build your email list using different marketing methods. But it comes in handy when you're doing your paid ads because you can actually upload the list of your email subscribers to these platforms, and you can actually deliver advertisements specifically to this audience or create a lookalike or similar audience. And this is basically people who are extremely similar to the people who are currently following you on your email list. You can also create a custom audience based off of people who are following you on social media or people who have visited your website in the past. Now, I speak on this channel about touch points and how many touch points sometimes it takes before someone decides to make a buying decision on your website. So if you create an audience based off of people who are following you or your past website visitors or people on your email list, these people are a lot more likely to buy after seeing your ad because they're a little bit more familiar with your brand as opposed to someone who is a cold traffic, who's never heard of you before. They're less likely to actually do business with you. So that's not to say that you shouldn't advertise to cold traffic. If you don't have an email list or you don't have a following on social media, you might have little choice but to advertise to people who've never seen you before. But that leads me nicely into my last point for this video, which is having some sort of follow-up with the people who see your advertisement and who take action on your advertisement, especially if you are advertising to people who don't know you yet, so a cold traffic audience. Then you might want to send them to an opt-in page where they can download a free guide or attend a free webinar or get a percentage off your products, so that you are giving them a less barrier to entry of doing business with you. So they become a lead, you can grow your email list, and you can market to them via email. And after they're a little bit more familiar with your brand, maybe you've sent them some emails of your content, or you've sent them some reviews or testimonials of people who have bought your products or invested in your service, maybe a week or 2 weeks or even a month later, they might be in the ready to buy mindset. And because you have their email address, you can actually deliver a marketing message to them that might meet them exactly where they are. If you go for the sell straight away and someone who's a cold visitor, never seen you before, clicks on your ad and is not ready to buy, and there's no option for them to sign up to your email list, then they might leave your website never to return again, and you've lost that customer forever. But as well as this, if someone does buy from you, it's still important for you to have them and retain them as a customer, because just because they've bought today doesn't mean they might not buy again next month or in 2 months or in a year's time. So what you want to do, as I teach on this YouTube channel, is to connect your payment gateway, whether that be Stripe or PayPal or whatever it is you're using, to your email marketing provider. I personally use Aweber. You might use something else, Constant Contact, MailChimp, whatever it is you're doing. Make sure you connect it to your payment gateway. And your past customers are usually your best customers, especially if your product is actually good and it represents your brand well and it's of high quality, then they might want to do business with you again. So the best paid ad campaigns help to do two things: drive sales to your business, but also create long-lasting relationships with people who buy from you. So where you gain the most profit is not necessarily even when the ad first starts running, but it might be a year after that ad when the people who bought initially are still customers and are still buying month on month from your business. So these are some tips to help you with your paid advertisements. If you have tried running paid advertisements before and it hasn't worked for you in the past, chances are you've missed one of these steps. If you have any questions, then please do let me know in the comment section down below. But I speak about paid ads in detail, and I speak about, other things as well, like SEO and social media marketing, but especially with paid ads, because this is you putting your hard-earned money onto some of these paid ad platforms. You want to be making sure that you're getting a return on your investment. I highly recommend downloading the formula because I speak about these strategies in a little bit more detail. So I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. I'll also put it somewhere on this screen. But I really do hope that this video brought you value and helped you out so that your next paid ad campaign will be better than your last one. If this video did help you out, then please click the like button down below. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.